Well, I got it to work one time. It says I'm live. Am I live on Instagram? I don't know. Once you're live on Instagram, welcome everybody. We are sort of getting started here. I wish I had a take two. Oh, here we go. Nice. Thank you, Instagram. I'm glad you guys decided to join the party. All right, right on. Now I'm going to start the show with a take two. The records are now open. Welcome, everyone. Please say hello to me once you get here. Get on in here. We have big cosmic action happening, and we're going to jam together for the next 30 minutes, seeing what real-time insights are available for us through the Akashic Records so that we can navigate this incredible energy. And I think you want to be able to navigate it because your other choice is to succumb to it and let it take over you. And we don't want you to do that. There is an opportunity to align your soul. This is your soul's celestial timekeeping. To align your soul growth and development, your personal growth and development to the greater cosmic influences that we are experiencing. So we're going to look at what we can do today to harness this energy through the space of higher mind, the Akashic Records. If this is the first time you are joining, I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy you're here. The Akashic Records are a magical realm of consciousness. You could also look at them as a spiritual technology. The Akashic Records are the realm of consciousness that hold all intelligence, past, present, all possible futures, and is recorded from a neutral perspective. Neutral means unconditional love and zero judgment. This realm, this library, holds an account of your soul through all of your incarnations. It also helps us to look at our lives incredibly differently right now, in the now moment. I like to shift how I'm perceiving the Akashic Records. I'm noticing a shift lately for myself, for my students, in the way that I describe it. The way I was trained in the Akashic Records is that it is a realm of consciousness in 8th dimension space-time, not where we are right here. So in order to tap into this super conscious intelligence, this mind of God, we have to learn to become a vibrational match. We've got to shift our consciousness, and it's like we send our consciousness through a light bridge out of our body into the Akashic Records, where we get the information and then we bring it back into our mind. But I'm finding it shifting, and the Akashic Records are here right now. There is a copy, shall I call it, held within your DNA. And as our vibrational frequency raises on this planet, as we make commitments to get happier and to take more of our power back and be more peaceful and to heal our trauma, our vibrational frequency raises, and it turns on access to our DNA and to our superpowers. And this is one of your superpowers, y'all, is to get out of your human blocked mind and look at things from this higher perspective. When I learned about the Akashic Records, when I started to read mine, everything changed. I was able to heal emotional trauma and move through depression. I mean, the emotional trauma that I had stored within me was causing depression. I was being treated pharmaceutically. Anybody gone through that experience out there? I feel you. That was a rough year or so. Did not like it, but was able to heal myself. I don't take any pharmaceuticals or medication for depression now. Yes, I have emotional swings, but I also understand from a higher perspective what's moving and shifting in my life. The depression ended. I got inspired again. I started to heal things within my life, and my vibration raised. As my vibration raised, I started asking myself different questions, like what is possible. And for me, I mean, I'm so excited about the Akashic Records. I love them so much. They're so powerful, so life-changing. When we all learn to tap into this realm, you will heal yourself of what is stopping you, what's blocking you, of your negative karma, these repetitive cycles that we get into. You will see and understand it from a higher mind and be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then you will show up differently. What do I do differently? You'll get guidance that helps you do things differently. and your life starts to change. And then the questions you ask yourself become different. What is possible? So obviously, I'm so excited about this. My guides, my Akashic Records, my higher mind says, why not teach people how to read the records so they can find their freedom too? And I'm like, yeah, and here we are, right? The Akashic Records are so powerful. This is the realm of consciousness that Nikola Tesla, Steve Jobs, Albert Einstein all tapped into. Maybe I'll say stumbled into and had these aha moments. You've likely had aha moments too. I know you have, Joe Fox. Hi. Hi, everybody, by the way. Thanks for saying hi to me. When you learn to tap your Akashic Records at will, you get the intelligence, you get the information at will. So you don't have to sit around and wait for it to pop in a dream. You have instantaneous access. Absolute game changer. All right. So yeah, it makes sense. I'm like, everybody needs to know about that. And here we are when it comes to the answer of what is possible for me. I mean, when I started my business, I was on food stamps. And we've had a lot of success in the past handful of years. I've spoken at Harvard University. I've shared on Gaia TV. We just had a NASDAQ billboard, the Akashic Academy all the way to NASDAQ, y'all. Let's hear it. But these kind of timeline leaps are only available because I'm looking at what's possible for me through higher mind, not through my human limitations, right? Can I get an amen up in here? So that's what it looks like for me on the human side, following the curiosity and excitement and passion that opens up in your life. From the higher mind, it's like your guide looking down saying, hey, dumbass, that's your mission. Of course. Your guides might not call you a dumbass. The guides are actually very polite. But this is a great reason why it's important for you to read your own records, because the guides, the intelligence, the consciousness that comes in from the Akashic Records will be filtered through your own experience, through your own sense of humor. I got a skewed sense of humor. You might not like it. Will I be taking questions? Yes, Windflower, light up my chat box with questions. You might be feeling especially wonky right now in your energy field. For those of you who are sensitive, we do have a powerful eclipse, lunar eclipse in the astrological sign of Pisces. Pisces is the dreamer. So your dreamer is likely coming alive. I actually had quite literal, very specific dreams last night where I was being activated through Andara crystals, which is pretty cool. All right. Other aspects of this particular energy signature is your mind will be thinking about things. You'll notice that you're processing, you're mulling over in your mind different aspects of your life. These are things that get to change, that are outdated. You might be noticing yourself thinking about different ways that you could do things. Anywhere from wondering, I wonder if I did that differently, if I would get a different outcome, to holy crap, I need to do that differently because I need to get a new outcome. Okay. Other powerful energies that are hitting everyone in this particular moon alignment is the energy of surrender. Okay, so with full moons, we have the invitation to release energy. And with this specific one, that release signature is taking on the invitation to surrender more, to release, feeling like you have to control everything, trusting that you can tap into higher mind, universal will, and direct that energy to allow the unfolding of your highest dreams. All right, we're going to dive into questions now. I'm done monologuing. Dang, my glasses are dirty. I did not clean those before we came on. Hi, Georgie and Sebastian and Phyllis and Joe Fox again and Don Saint. Don Saint, I'm glad you're here. Do you have any messages from my guide for me regarding my soul's plan in this lifetime? Yes, I will tap in for you, Don Saint. Anybody else looking for that kind of drop in today? Because I want to call it in for everybody, not just Don. I'm going to tap in and see what intelligence is available. for us here, though. And Dawn, let me tap in and get specific, connecting with your guides. All right, the first thing that I see in my mind are children playing with animals. Okay, so that could be a symbol that working with kids and animals is in your soul's mission in this lifetime. It could also symbolize that something from your childhood, I mean, it could be like an exact scene from your childhood that's potentially blocking you from stepping into your highest timeline because there's hidden trauma and pain points. All right, so Sir Don, if you are still here, let me know if this resonates with you, or what part of this resonates with you, because the guides, again, they're showing up in my mind and giving me this visual, and now it's our job to start dissecting it and see what it means. So until I hear from you, I'm going to tap it and see what else the guides have to say. But the more you participate in this, whether you are Dawn or whether you're having an Akashic Record reading, what your Akashic Record practitioner will share with you is that the intelligence rides on the sound of your voice, the vibrational frequency of your voice, or the words that you're typing in. Okay, so just seeking a little bit more information there, Dawn, and what this means to you. Now, the guides are pretty much saying that they want you to answer. They want it to be a ping back and forth. All right. So we are going to come back if Dawn wants to answer for us. I'm going to grab another question. All right. Actually, I'm going to keep, no, I'm not going to grab another question yet. I'm going to keep channeling. The guides want to talk more about connecting with your soul purpose. And a transmission through this vision that the guides would like to share with everyone is that we are born knowing what our soul purpose is, and our childlike self, our inner child, knows. It's connected to that feeling that we get. I mean, can you guys tap into the vision with me and see it? It's tender and sweet, and there's a kindness and a protection, a safety involved. Remember, you know when you feel that? Renelin sees it. Yeah, when you feel that as a child, and you just feel like, I could just be in this moment forever. Okay? There's a vibrational frequency held within this visual. If you guys will adapt the visual for yourself. Yay, Dawn's here. Dawn says, I remember growing in the field with animals. Okay, so maybe it sounds like how I'm extrapolating might sound more in alignment with what the vision could represent to you. But here's the thing. It's important that everybody interpret your own vision. Okay? But as you interpret this vision and you personalize it, you feel it inside of your body, this feeling, there is a vibrational code held within this feeling that will unlock the knowingness of your soul mission. So I want everybody who wants to unlock more about their soul mission, play with me here. Go back, feel that feeling in childhood. The feeling of the vision I described. Let every cell of your body radiate with this vision, holding it in your imagination, in your sense memory, holding it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you can release the imagination now. Guides are gamifying this today. I like their style. All right, here's where the guides are going with that. If you participated in that exercise and held that vibrational frequency within your body, your mind, your emotions, your sense memory, like we was in an acting class together. Okay. You unlocked a vibrational code, a key code, where you now have greater access to that memory of your soul mission. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to unfold instantly, but we vibrationally unlocked it. So your job now is to pay attention over the course of the next 24, 48 hours and see what comes alive in your imagination. Okay? Fun stuff, right? Good job. All right, we got our first activation underway. For those of you who already feel on point with your soul mission, and you also participated in that activation, it will create an acceleration of clarity and opportunity and magic. Be in the magic. It's another signature of this particular alignment. It's not just the full moon, by the way, in the sign of Pisces. It's also how the other planets are playing a part. And we've got specific things happening with Jupiter and Pluto and Uranus, which are creating an opportunity to get big and powerful and playful and dreamful and stay in the moment right now, the moment of power. And you will have massive expansion. Okay, that's the long and the short of the interpretation of what these cosmic energies are. All right, send some love, lights, hearts across the screen. Oh, good. Rosa Maria also looking for confirmation about path guidance on how to read your own records. Well, first of all, I hope you participated in that activation we all just got. And Rosa Maria, my area of expertise is training others on how to read their records. So with your permission, my team will definitely reach out and share with you what that looks like. Certifications available too if you want to change jobs. That's obviously one of the big ways the Akashic Records changed my life was I ended up creating a job out of it. And it's been really fun to work with my other students to do that. I would say about 50% of them do that. And when they work with me to create their own jobs doing it, by the way, we don't create lemonade stands, y'all. It's 6-figure income. All right. Oh, hey, my kiddo's home. Abby, hello. All right, Abby says, my job has become extremely out of alignment, but I don't know what my next steps are. I get crickets when I tune in. Is there any guidance you can provide about this? Abby, thank you so much. All right, the first thing, actually, I'm going to close my door because my teenager's home. Hi, London. I can hear him. Oh, man, I didn't tie my belt. Hang on. Wardrobe malfunction. Walked in. He's low blood sugar, I can tell, headed straight for the pantry and was a little gruff that there wasn't hot food on the stove waiting for him because I've been working this morning. All right. Tapping back in. Abby, job extremely out of alignment, but I get crickets. That's the first thing that the guides want to address is if you're asking questions and you've done the work, you know how to tune into your guides, whether you call it the Akashic Records or not, does not matter. We all can get this information and intelligence. And if you're doing those things and you're not getting any answers, I'll encourage you, go back to the drawing board, because what happens is our mind, especially our logical mind, goes on rote, on repeat, on automatic. And what the guides are saying, Abby, is that your logical mind has been so going. Not to say that you're not intuitive and that you don't tap in, because obviously you do. You're just overusing the logical mind right now. And the intuitive mind has quieted down. All right. So if you're getting crickets or you're not getting answers when you ask for questions, check out Intuitive Development. It's a free resource. Ooh. That doesn't look like it. Hang on 1 second. I already typed it into the chat. Well, I'm not going to type it in again. So scroll up to the top. I left it for you at the top of the chat. This will give you exercises that sharpen your intuition and help you start using a different part of your mind. And once you turn on different parts of your mind and you start running some energy through them, they're going to give you input. Okay. This is how you get your mind to think differently, is you use different parts of it. So I would encourage you, Go back to the drawing board, start exercising the mind, getting the mind to think differently, and getting the logical mind to release its grip. All right. If your logical mind has a grip on you and you're ready to release it, just send some love like hearts across the screen, sending energy out there for you guys. All right. The next thing the guides are saying, Abby, is very much like me, creating your own job, and like a lot of light workers. Actually, it's very specifically tied to the Lemurian collective. You might have had a past life in Lemuria, Atlantis and Lemuria. The Lemurians were hella entrepreneurs, y'all. And I'll tell you why. Because what it looked like in that society, when it comes to a job and what you do, you serve humanity with your gift, your genius, your medicine, your passion. So you figure out, what do you love to do that you could do all day and you could curate mastery in, and you serve your community with that. Abby, let me know if this is resonating for you. Also, the guides are inviting us to celebrate what we notice that is out of alignment. This is our higher levels of mastery that are inviting us into a shift. And what happens with the human mind is, once we recognize there's a misalignment, we can instantly go to trying to solve the misalignment, or being upset with ourselves because we work so hard to stay in alignment, and doggone it, I'm out of alignment again. And we go into shame, or we have a charge or a reaction to being out of alignment, rather than staying neutral for a second, being like, all right, right on, here's where I get to adjust. What is possible for me? Okay. What is possible for me? That's the question to ask. All right. Let me see what activation they want to bring in. We're going to do an activation. Oh my gosh, my clairsentience just went off like crazy, like energy shooting through all of my chakras. We're going to focus right now on the third eye. This is to open up vision so that you can see differently. And we're also going to focus on some solar plexus, courage to see the truth of what is possible for you. Right? Because a lot of us are seeing through our small, limited human minds. So if you want to receive an activation to open up your third eye for greater vision, and activation in your solar plexus for courage to see the truth of what is possible for you, say yes. Claim it. Claim it for yourself. Good stuff. All right. Right on. Great question there. Cool. Let's hear it for Abby, by the way. Phyllis says, my personal interpretation of that vision, she's talking about the little kid with the animal vision that came in the beginning to charge our field. My personal interpretation of that vision is what I am currently doing. I work with elementary children and I foster kittens. Phyllis? Was I reading your energy there, Phyllis? Maybe. Eileen, hi, one of Ben's friends. He introduced me to your channel. I'm also interested in gaining more information about my path and mission. Nice. Okay. Oh gosh, you guys are right on. Okay. I'm gonna start doing some rapid fires here. Eileen. Definitely the guides want you to receive the transmission that came in top of the show for moving into alignment with your soul mission. I feel like there is some shadow energy that is keeping you playing small, that is associated with mom or maternal energy with you. Okay? clear out any energy associated with playing small. We're going to clear it out on both lines. First, the maternal side, and then we're going to do the paternal side too. So both on your mother and father's side, if you want to receive this clearing to remove any shadow energy that is keeping you playing small, that comes from your parents, you can say yes now. Wow, a lot of energy moving there. All right, Eileen, let me know how that felt for you. Windflower, I would like to ask, what are my gifts? Or what can I work on now to start a spiritual healing business? Yes. All right, I just want to call in support energy. Let's call in the dragons, y'all. The dragons came, dragon ley lines became open and available through this eclipse energy as well. So any of you who want to step into entrepreneurship, you want to serve the planet, and you want to receive abundantly for your medicine, yes, you are a big part of the shift and change. You need the knowledge, the support, the wisdom, the path so that you can be successful here, because you are critical in the shift and in the new earth. So first of all, just freaking thank you to all of you all of us. I love us. It's fun. Fun place to be. Not for everybody, but it's a fun place to be. Okay, Windflower, this, I will be able to serve you best, not by telling you what it actually is, but by giving you the questions that you can ask that will reveal it so that you discover it yourself, okay? Because if I tell you what I see, you can say, yeah, I don't agree with you, Miss Emily. You may want to and be like, ooh, she sees that in me? Damn. But there might be a part of you that, until you own it and claim it yourself, it's not fully yours. And I don't want to take that away from you or anyone else out there. But what I can give you is the questions you can ask yourself so that you can stumble onto it. When you stumble onto it, you fully own it. Does that make sense? And there's a more powerful vibrational frequency there available for you. Okay? So here are the two questions. Question one, what are my superpowers? And I get that you're kind of asking me to see that for you. What are you so good at? What is so easy for you that helps others? Put everything. Maybe you know that you are clairvoyant. Maybe you know you give great advice to your friends. Okay? Maybe you know you're kind and generous and very forgiving. I'm doing this because I'm thinking about myself and working on reframing some areas where I wasn't a great disciplinarian this week with my children. I was very forgiving, probably too forgiving. But here's the thing is you want to search yourself, even the aspects that you feel you might be in shadow around. And I even put funny things on my list too, just because it gets my brain thinking in a different way and opens up good energy. Laughing is such powerful energy. This is not only sort of funny and gross, but also very true. I am the best dog poop picker upper in my house because nobody else do it, right? All right, so that's the first question, and you want to play all aspects of that, from ways you show up professionally to ways you show up personally, to even things that you feel like might not be your best asset or attribute, but there is something very special about you that you can find about yourself. Cool? There's also an activation in doing that. It's not just owning who you are, but it's allowing you to see yourself through different eyes and see your uniqueness, which softens our heart in a way, which is important. Okay. And then the second question to ask is, what would be wildly fun for me? And if you have a good brainstorm on both of these questions and you get a good answer, those answers hold a vibrational frequency. Again, it's like a key code. It begins to unlock your mind to think about the ideas that are connected into that timeline, into that possibility for you. Does that make sense? Cool. All right, way to go, Windflower. Thank you. Send some love likes, hearts across the screen for Windflower. If you got something powerful out of that. Herman B, should I stick to tarot and hypnotherapy as work, or spirit have something else in store for me? There is most definitely a shift and change around the work that you're doing. I don't see it as different modalities necessarily, but I see a different arrangement of time, how your programs are structured and offered, the positioning of your business and how you're doing business. I see that being more of the shift and the change, how you show up to your business, as opposed to shifting the modalities or the intelligence, right, that you're sharing with people. Does that make sense? That makes sense, Herman? All right, let's bring in an activation so that we can I'm on just shot blank. Hang on. I'll say, are we at time? Is that why? This does run a lot of energy through my circuits, and I will notice like my brain will just be done. But I'm not done yet, so stay connected. Having fun. Oh, okay. So when we need to look at a situation differently, what should, you guys, everybody, think about a challenging situation in your life right now that you feel like you don't yet know the answer to. I want to get really specific. I want you guys to have very specific, amazing results today. Find a challenge, something that has just been like, cannot figure this one out. All right. If you are ready to open up new neural pathways that are going to help you see your challenge differently, which will also open you to unseen solutions, you can say yes now, and you can receive this activation and clearing from Arcturian guides. We've got Arcturian guides coming in, specialized pods and technology to help override societal programs that you are ready to release that are causing you to stay in conventional thinking, releasing those societal programs, keeping us trapped in conventional thinking now, release, release, release. Those are big ones. Good, now opening up those neural pathways. Imagine connecting your mind into divine mind, into the Akashic Records, into innate intelligence. And while you may not know specific data on what the answers are right now, see if you can feel the peace associated with those answers. Your body has to adjust. The brain has to adjust before you can instantaneously translate sometimes. You got to practice. Some of you might be getting answers already. Some of you might just be feeling the energy, but the consciousness, the intelligence rides on the vibrational frequency. Okay, so it doesn't really matter how it's coming in. Cool. Okay. All right. Play, notice, have fun. All right. Let's see what else you guys have to say here. Lisa Chally says, I am a multi-passionate creative artist. I'm a professional headshot and portrait photographer, and I love it so much. But I also have a deep passion, sound healing, and holistic wellness. Awesome. Well, the first thing that comes into my mind is a really special badass offer where you mix the two, where you do a little sound healing and open up somebody's soul and spirit and half self. Ooh, get them in touch with the identity of their highest potential, and then take pictures of them. Let's see what those pictures look like. All right, everybody, I have had a whole lot of fun with you here today. I want to make sure that you all have a parting gift before we leave. So let me just wiggle my way in here and re-grab this link for you. This is a link to a life-changing training for you guys. This is the training that I talked about before. In 15 seconds a day, you can activate and exercise your intuition. Your intuition fills in the blanks that your logical mind leaves behind. So, what you're going to start noticing is you exercise and activate your intuition, you're going to be able to make stronger, more powerful decisions. Okay, no, the wishy washy decision making goes away. You're going to feel very connected. You're going to get the messages more clearly, right? Remember, we talked to. I'm going to pull the name. Hang on, I'm going to remember. Nope, I'm not going to remember. For all of you who have challenges getting the messages, and you feel the crickets when you ask, this is going to turn on your ability to get messages more clearly. Make sense? This is going to help you be hella innovative in your life. Your intuition is what makes you innovative. Okay. All right. If you think that this is just a bunch of woo-woo, by the way, that your intuition is a bunch of woo-woo, and the Akashic Records are a bunch of woo-woo, well, that's how they hide it in plain sight. Y'all, there is a collective belief system that keeps you from tapping into this. People think it's weird, or it's too hippie, or it's too woo-woo, or if you grew up very Southern Baptist or immersed in religion like me, I do see shifts and changes in modern day religion opening up, but man, psychic stuff used to be really poo-pooed around there. And social status, what your friends think of you, drives so much of your decision making. What your colleagues think of you. And so if the field can be distorted where any part of you is going to reject this, then they can hide it. They can hide this powerful technology from you in plain sight. And you get to stay connected to the matrix and a sheep and playing beneath your potential and playing small. But that's not me. I don't think it's really you either. Else you wouldn't be here. All right, but that's what's at stake for us is we get to wake up, we get to override any amount of oppression that has been collectively created, and we get to create again. And that's what we're doing right now as a collective here on this planet. It's called the rise of the new earth. Paradigms are shifting and changing, and how you show up to your life, to your family, to your job, what you do differently, what you tap in, what you call in for yourself is part of this shift and change. You are the vessel that is ushering and holding the codes of creating heaven on earth. And it's time to activate and embody those. And we do that. We do that around here at the Akashic Academy. So thanks for being here. Thanks for feeling that last little monologue that came out. Definitely a transmission available there for you. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. If this has been powerful and valuable for you, please share this out. The more of us that take our sovereignty back and embody the truth and power of our own creatorship, the faster the rest of humanity can come online and we can exit this shit show together. All right. All right. Let's create peace, power, and plenty. That's when I talked about the time of the Lemurians. That's the civilization that they lived in. Peace, power, and plenty. It's the return of the golden era. All right. I'm really done talking now, y'all. All right.